Damn, we live. Move that, see if we can get a little bit better lighting for us, huh? Oh, sure made it brighter. God damn. Now I'm looking like a White Walker here. Yeah, we'll stick with that. Got some instrumental Christmas music going. How can you go wrong with it, folks? 15 days, 14 hours, 59 minutes, 42 seconds until Christmas. Now 38. Almost there. You know, actually only 5 days until my oldest turns 14. So that's exciting too. Okay. What the fuck's going on, hooligans? God damn. So, I was moving video files from my phone to my laptop. And this cord decided to eat them. It's happened to me before in the past, but it hasn't happened in a long time. So basically, what happens, like, I'll shoot the vlog on my phone. I take all of those clips and I copy them over to my laptop. Today I was like, oh fuck it, I'll just move them instead of copying them. So I moved them. The window's closed for like the transfer and everything. I'm like, what the fuck? Check. They're off my phone and they're not on my laptop. So if one day somebody figures out how to get like lost information from the USB cords, I'm gonna have a few vlogs like for you folks. But either way, not what we're gonna focus on right now. I'm using one of my new fancy pens. Look at that. Goodness, folks. Like, come on now. Ooh. Actually, I'll show you the other ones. Came in a little set. See? I've always wanted pens that, like, I don't know. Ever since I was a kid, I've liked like nice pens. You know what I mean? Like, if you ever go to like a meeting with somebody, and they like inside pocket they take out like a pen like this, and okay, I see what you've done here. Man, it's a power move. I don't know. Okay. One more sip of the coffee. Take a quick puff of the pen, not this pen. And then we'll get to these, to the notes. Because I made sure to remember what I talked about, at least, in the vlog. So. A little cafe mocha. All right. We'll get the MMA talk out of the way. Okay. I don't even know where to start with the MMA talk, to be honest with you. Well, we got to start with George St. Pierre. He comes back after 3-4 years. I can't really remember right now. Fights Michael Bisping for the middleweight title, wins it, and now he vacates it. When you present it like that, you're like, well, what the fuck? Okay. So in his camp leading up to this fight for 185, keep in mind he's fought his entire career at 170. He went through some like medical problems. Like he was saying, while he was putting all this weight on and everything for the fight, he ended up like having a lot of like vomiting fits, like all this other crazy shit, but he pushed through and like went for the fight. Afterwards, he gave himself like a rest period or whatever, and the problems persisted or at least got a little bit worse. He's now been diagnosed with something called ulcer colitis, I believe it is. Either way, colitis, just for short. And he said, like, look, I have to take some time out to like get my health back in order. I don't want to like hold the division hostage, basically. He said there's guys like Robert Whittaker, who's the interim champ, now the official middleweight champ. And there's guys like Luke Rockhold, Kelvin Gastelum. I don't want to hold them back. So he vacated the belt. To be honest, I think that's actually a really awesome thing that he did. Like, you know, we can compare it to Conor, I guess, in a way. Like Conor McGregor, 145, wins the title there, goes to 155, wins that title. goes and fights Manny Pacquiao. Nobody knows when his next fight is going to happen. Some people are speculating probably in March for UFC 222, I believe. Either way, nothing official. And Manny Pacquiao just came out saying he's open to talks to fight Conor. It's like, first of all, I don't even want, like, if Conor fights Manny Pacquiao, I promise you folks, I am not going to talk about that on the channel. If it becomes official, I'll announce it at least. Other than that, I'm not gonna entertain that one. It was like Floyd and Conor were different because it was like two like superstars of the sport meeting. You know what I mean? It was a lot like involved. I don't want to see Conor and Manny Pacquiao. Not a lot of people do. To be honest, there's no way. We're not even gonna dwell on it. Either way. GSP vacates his belt. Robert Whittaker is now the official middleweight champion. He is fighting Luke Rockhold in Perth, Australia, I believe in February. We can actually check to be on the safe side right now. 2/21. Perth, Australia. And okay, yeah, so that is the Robert Whittaker card. Okay, yeah, so 2/21. In Australia, Robert Whittaker versus Luke Rockhold. So, Rockhold is getting his shot at the title again. He is a former middleweight champ. Either way, it's kind of crazy. Like, in 2017, we've seen two champions win the belt and then immediately vacate it. For very different reasons, but it's kind of crazy. I don't remember the last time that's ever happened in the sport. Oh, Stipe Miocic versus Francis Ngannou for the heavyweight title next month. God damn it, January 20th in Boston. Oh my goodness, folks. That's gonna be intense. Stipe's striking is awesome. He's strong, great wrestling as well, like great grappling. This is going to be Francis Ngannou's biggest test, and this is going to be one of those things. Stipe has got to watch himself, because Ngannou has scary power. So, that's next month, good folks. Alright. Patreon changes. We'll talk about this. I was made aware that Patreon is changing the way, like, certain fees for the website work. So, how it works right now is, for like every donation that's given, the creator themselves actually loses 7 to 15% of that donation because of site fees and whatever else. With this change, those fees will be put onto the patrons themselves instead of the creator. So in a way, it allows the creator to earn more of the donation that's given to them. Will actually earn 95%. Like, Patreon can only take their flat 5% like service fee or whatever it is. But the patrons will be charged a little bit more. I think it works out. They're adding 2.9% plus 35 cents. So roughly like a $5 donation. Like, so the $5 patrons, Little Jenny Wren, Quirky Weird, Loyalist City Photos, roughly those donations now will be, I believe, around $5.60. I think it's $5.60. I may be a little bit wrong about that. Either way, I'm pretty sure it's going to be within, like, roughly in the $5.60 range. Now, I understand if some folks, that change is going to make a difference in whether you can contribute or not. Some folks actually voiced to me that they were worried that this is Patreon trying to make more money for themselves. In a way, they're making the same amount of money, but the creators themselves are now going to be able to make more of the money. So, like I said, right now as it stands, as a creator, myself, as a creator, I lose 7 to 15% of donations. With this change, I will be able to collect 95% of the donation. So it's actually putting more into like the creator's pockets. Admittedly, and I don't mean to come off, you know, rude or negative in this way, a lot of the people that I saw, like, online, like, social media-wise, kind of getting in an uproar about it, they're either donating $1 to a page or $2 to a page. Now, I don't know how that's going to affect certain things, but listen, if you're subscribed to, like, a bunch of different channels and it's at $1, $2 a page, that's going to add up, like, with the extra fees now. You got to make a choice of which ones you're going to, like, support. At the end of the day, most people that have a Patreon, or at least that I feel anyway, they have a YouTube channel or they have something else that they're doing. At the end of the day, for me, listen, if you folks can't support on the Patreon because of new fees and everything, I understand that, but keep rocking with the channel for me. You know what I mean? That's what is most important to me, is that you folks still rock with the channel. You still, you know, like the videos, at least, like the content I'm doing. That's what matters at the end of the day. So I understand if some folks, you know, throughout this, like, journey, you end up not being able to contribute to the Patreon because of this, but just still rock with the channel. And also, if you're still looking for a way to support the channel, you can get your Hooligan Squad merch. Right now it's on it's on the homies Jay Coulter's store. The link is in my description though. So what happens with those is, like, me and him are splitting, like, all the money that comes from that. He came up with the design, he put it on his store, but it's, like, for my thing. It makes sense. He should get like that money. You know what I mean? You know, so, like, if you folks want to still support the channel, you can get your Hooligan Squad merch. Some people thought it was only for t-shirts. You scroll down the page, you can get it on a wide assortment of things, folks. Laptop bags, you can get a poster for your wall, a bunch of stuff. So that will help support the channel. I'm going to be trying to sit down and figure out how I can, like, put up designs, because it has certain, like, requirements for TeePublic. That's the site that it's hosted through, or that's hosted on, I should say. Whatever. Excuse me. Pardon moi. So, I'm, like, it has certain requirements when you're trying to upload a design, and because a lot of the pictures that I've done, they're just off my phone. They're not as large as I need them to be. So I'm trying to figure out how I'll be able to take a lot of the edits that I've done and, like, certain stuff like that to be able to upload those on TeePublic, start my own store, and then you folks, like, we're off to the races. Because, you know, I've said from day one, I want to do merch. You know, I want to do posters. I want to do t-shirts. I have a really, really dope design for stickers. Nobody's done it. I don't want to throw it out, like, onto the channel right now. But I promise you, like, this is the sticker design is fucking, I love it. I think you folks will like it too. So that's all in the future though. Actually, if anyone can help me out with the Photoshop and stuff like that, I don't know. Well, maybe I can be able to figure out a deal to have, like, an artist with me. You know what I mean? I give them a share of the sales. They help with designs and stuff, and then I can, like, put those onto the store in due time. But yes, so back to the Patreon. I know I get off topic. I apologize. It's totally understandable if some folks can't support. I understand that. But at the end of the day, this isn't Patreon making more money. They're basically making the same amount, and the creators themselves are going to be able to, like, keep more of the money that's given to them. So basically, instead of the creators having to pay, like, service fees, like, for the site and stuff like that, it's like they're kind of putting that on the patron's shoulders. I understand why some people don't agree with it, but if it's a way for the creators to be able to keep more of that money that, you know, people are trying to give them, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of, I don't know, it's a give and take kind of thing, you know? But hey, what can you do? Mucho love, hooligans, though. Just want to put that out there. Mucho love. Bam. There's a quote, actually. Let me see. It'd be cool if I'm able to find it like quick enough, because I don't know. It's a quote that I've seen recently, and I feel like it's just a really important one, you know. It's I don't know. It's something that we could all in a way like adopt, and I think it would change things for a lot of the better for a lot of people. You know what I mean? But who knows? Who knows? Oh, Joe Manganiello as Deathstroke. Man, go see that. Like, go see the pictures of him and then look up the suit from Arkham Origins. It's like right out of there. It's crazy. Man, and Warner Brothers, that whole thing is nuts right now, to be honest. Like, I don't know what's going on with all that. Seems like people were focusing on money, but, you know, can't do that when there's like certain things involved, you know? Bam, found the quote. Yeah, I don't know, with the whole, we'll talk on this real quick. The whole Justice League thing, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of shit that's coming out now, and it's just like, man, Warner Brothers fucked it up. Like, a lot of people at the top were more worried about getting bonuses before they left the company and all this, and it's like, man, can't do that when it's certain things like on the line, like in a way, like with comic fans, something that's like very treasured, like the DC universe and its characters involved. Another rumor that is kind of coming out, but it's been like heavily talked about, in the Flash movie coming up. It's going to be based off Flashpoint Paradox. That's where Flash actually messes up the timeline, and you actually see an alternate universe where Thomas Wayne, Bruce Wayne's dad, is Batman, because Bruce Wayne in that alternate universe, instead of the parents dying, Bruce died, and Thomas becomes Batman, Martha becomes the Joker. It's actually a really cool story, the way it all plays out. There's an animated movie on Netflix as well if you want to check it out. They're going to be making that basically into a live action. But there's talks that'll be Ben Affleck's last portrayal of Batman in that movie. And if that's the case, like, that is kind of sad, because, like, I don't know, I love Ben Affleck as Batman. He does an awesome job. But at the same time, we got him in Dawn of Justice, Suicide Squad, Justice League, and now the Flash movie. So that's 4 Batman movies we got him in. I don't know. We can at least cherish those. I think it's being said, or at least, again, I don't know if any of these are real. I should say allegedly. Allegedly, the actor John Hamm, I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name, to be honest. Handsome looking man, though. He wants the role of Batman to, like, as a replacement for Ben Affleck, kind of thing. Because they said, like, for the Matt Reeves solo Batman, it's not going to be Ben Affleck. It's going to be somebody else. And honestly, hey, if it's John Hamm, I'm down. One, he's got, like, okay, you even just Google the pictures of this guy, and it's like, you look at one and you're like, oh yeah, well, that's Bruce Wayne. And you scroll down, you see him in a tuxedo, and you're like, oh, well, that's perfect Bruce Wayne. And it's like, I could see him as Bruce Wayne, and I could see him as a Batman. Actually, he's actually a really funny actor as well. On Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, he's on that. I don't know if he's done any, like, more serious kind of roles where he plays like this kind of like conflicted character with it, like his emotions and everything. But I'd like to see him in that kind of light as well, or even like a cool action movie, like just to see him in a different sort of light. Because as far as he looks right now and whatever, I could see him as Batman. I could definitely see him taking over as, you know, if we're trying to stick to somebody who looks at least like a little bit similar to Ben Affleck, like, I'm not saying it's going to be the same like storyline and they're just going to act like there is like no difference or whatever. I don't know. He's the choice. You know what I mean? Yeah. I fucks with it. Go check out pictures of Mr. John Hamm if you're not sure who he is. And tell me that's not a Bruce Wayne right there. Okay, so this quote that I was saying, I feel like a lot of people could benefit from. Beginning today, treat everyone you meet as if they're going to be dead by tonight. Extend to them all the care, kindness, and understanding you can muster, and do it with no thought of any reward. Your life will never be the same again. Oj Mandino. I love that quote. I really do. Treat everyone you meet as if they're going to be dead by midnight. Extend to them all the care, kindness, and understanding you can muster, and do it with no thought of any reward. It's true. Your life will never be the same. Instead of like trying to like fight somebody about certain things or argue about it, you know, just, I don't know. Just try to understand, I guess, you know? At the very least. I don't know. It's too easy to be, like, negative about everything. I think we can all agree on that. Okay. Couple quick ones, and then we're going to get out of here. This weekend, on the channel, we're going to get a Leatherface review. I'm going to watch that. We'll get a review out for you folks. And on the Patreon, you folks will be getting early access to some new 360 stuff. The first one of which being Memos from Hell. I actually put a post on my Instagram pretty recently. If you go to my Instagram, JuvyThaKid, scroll down. You'll see a weird, like, it looks like a doll with a bloody eye. It says eye for an eye. Those are the 3 new 360 things that we're going to be doing. We'll do it exactly how I did the October ones. Patreon, like, people. You folks get early access. And then maybe like a week or a couple days later, we'll see. We'll put it onto the YouTube channel. And then it's off to the races, you know? Bippity boppity boo. Okay. MMA talk's done. Everything else is done. Just a quick reminder, for anybody out there, yeah, I gotta figure out this whole Photoshop thing, and then figure it out. It'd be cool if maybe like in January or February, I can get launched with my own store, on TeePublic. Just cause, listen, TeePublic, it's one of these, it's a site where you can upload a design, and then that, like, you folks can go onto the page and be like, well, I don't like it too much on a t-shirt. Oh shit, they have a crew neck sweater. Oh, they have a hoodie. Oh, I don't even need to get it on a shirt. I can get it on something else. I can put it on a laptop bag. Just, I don't know, it's an awesome, like, one-stop shop for basically everything. But yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay. Mucho love, hooligans. Hope you guys enjoyed this little hangout kind of thing. A little bit of, I guess, a vlog recap. I don't know. But yeah, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment below. Mucho appreciated. You might not get a reply, but I promise, as long as it's positive, I read it and you get a little thumbs up, so you know that I've read it. Not a bad deal. Okay. Mucho love. I'm out of here. I don't even know how to end this thing. Nope, there we go. Ha! They switched buttons on me. Awkward outro.